The more I've seen the last few years is the higher and the bigger they become, the more actually humble they start to become. The man sitting in front of me is a phenomenon. When they call him a natural star, there's a very clear, sometimes you understand, we don't understand why they call them that. But because he's so naturally relaxed and easy on a screen. When you see the trailer, what are the biggest words that come out there? You're living the character. Nani sir is an emotion. So today, ladies and gentlemen, the big superstar, and that's the advantage, thankfully, of pan-India films. I would never have got opportunities to meet them. And today we're sitting one-on-one. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much, my friend.
My name is Salil, and I'm a fan of cinema. And I've always watched, yes, but I know you've been a fan of great cinema as well, but watching cinema also, you tend to get critical.
Correct.
You'll start analyzing, ye kharab hai, ye zyada nahi hai.
Correct.
As actors and as directors, as producers, over here there are lesser directors and actors. In the South industry, especially in Telugu, there are lots of y'all that are directors as well and big superstars. How do you all how can you all stay objective? Well, how do you not start analyzing every single thing and still remain actors?
I have always been audience first, and then only an actor or a producer. And the reason I'm in cinema is because I'm really a solid movie buff. I love cinema. Even now, post the shooting, I go home, watch a film, and then only sleep.
Really?
Yeah, every day at least 1 hour screen time happens before sleeping. So I'm still, we still pass the comments. We still,
Do you spend any time reading the comments on YouTube sometimes?
Yes, of course, yeah.
They're very impressed with the dub. The Hindi dub has worked very well.
Yeah,
so I
was very...
Sharad has done it, well done, buddy. Good job.
He did a great job and they were very happy with it. And definitely, when even on social media and all, we try to see the feedback. There'll always be 1 or 2 people who will try to say, nasty things too. But that's all part and parcel of the whole thing. Yeah,
but that part I don't agree with. I'll tell you why. Y'all are like gods, and y'all should be also. Y'all have built a stardom over the years, and I say that like cricketers have that kind of fame. The southern superstars have that kind of fame. It becomes very difficult to stay realistic because
I've been realistic. I'm born and brought up, in this place called Amirpet, and I've watched films with the crowds, and I've stood in the lines. So I don't think I went away from reality at all.
Yeah.
See, I know for sure when things are working in our favor, you are lifted to the sky. And I know when things are not, it won't be the same. So I don't take that seriously. Only thing which is permanent is your love for cinema, your effort which you can put in.
Yeah.
And are you doing, for me, success or failure is a different thing, not the acceptance or rejection is considered a success. The day I don't give my 100%, that will be my failure. The day, if I have done my 100% to a film, then it's a success for me, no matter what the result of the film is. So that's the most important part.
But you're having extreme success at the box office, so I think that's also working.
Yeah,
I must say, it didn't work in Bollywood when Shahid did the remake of Jersey. But I watched both, and I'm a father, and I was howling in both. I'm watching back. Those kind of films are very tough to make also. So, amazing. But are those also like your big tick mark as an actor? Because there's so much scope for performance.
Correct. Yeah, they are.
For you, was that one of your highlights also? I mean, of course, you've had lots of commercial success also, but those kind of films that critically, commercially, A to Z, and so much performance scope. Would that be one of the highlights?
It will be one of the main highlights because the kind of satisfaction those kind of films give. There were blockbusters, huge, successful films for me in my career throughout. But what Jersey gave me, that high is something else, and I can't really put it in words. I can't really call it a success in my career. I can't just bracket it into one particular segment because it gives you all kinds of satisfaction as an actor, as being a part of good cinema, great cinema, and also something which really did well at the box office.
Yes.
So it's a great combination. I really wish I get more and more films like that to do. So we're always looking for that, but I'm very, very extremely proud of Jersey.
Kirti, and you have a great one film track record, blockbuster. I was reading numbers, even if you can't trust them, but still your opening weekend only was so many crores.
Yeah.
So was that the easy fit also when you all were thinking of casting each other, in that part?
Not really, because both of us, this was what, when 2016 we shot in local,
Yes.
17, I think February the film released.
Yeah.
So 17, 18, 19,
Many
20,
years. But 3 years
26
pandemic
years.
has come, na?
Huh?
So you removed
No,
it.
during pandemic also I have worked in the films. I have done films which came directly, released on OTT.
Okay.
And so we never stopped working in films. Even Kirti's films, 3-4 films came during the pandemic. So the reason we didn't come back after a blockbuster together is because we both wanted to do something above that, something away from that and also above that.
This you think?
Is that 100% way above that.
Really?
The effort, the kind of cinema it is, the kind of impact it's going to create, which is our gut feeling, which we strongly believe in. After this film, again for us to come back will be a big challenge because we don't know how to beat this. Yeah, it will be very difficult. Yeah.
But you all are expanding horizons. I say this, it happens with superstars. In sports, I'm going to give a very interesting anecdote. Michael Jordan tried this. He was a great basketball player and the greatest of all time. He went into baseball. He tried it, did for 1 year and then came back in. It didn't work that well for him. Is this also an experiment which is going to, it's working for you all so far. But for all, see, Bollywood stars can't do this experiment down south. They don't have that fan base yet. For the last 10-15 years, we've been watching dubbed cinema of the south. So it's almost like y'all are household names anyway here. So is this experiment slash, spreading of cinema, do you think that there's a huge market where we will be able to make indigenous films and then move forward in maybe 1 or 2 years?
See, end of the day, each individual film is very different. I don't think I'm going to bring every film and say watch it in Hindi also.
Okay.
Because they'll all be dubbed anyways. Anyway, I've been getting so much of love from the Hindi audience through the dubbing films, through the satellite, through the YouTube and all. This film demands big screen viewing. It has that kind of energy. So I'm so confident that audience can go watch in the theater and have so much fun. That is the reason we are really pushing this here. So not every film, and your content has to be that which you're confident that across the country it is a big screen viewing material. So not every film is that. There will be other films which are feel good, subtle films which could be great films, but might not in other languages. It might not be very exciting to watch them on the big screen. They can be watched on the screen, TV or something also maybe. So it all depends on what we are making. So
also nobody knows what's working.
Exactly.
Maybe not y'all, because y'all almost everything is working. But there's that fear factor here in Mumbai. Is that ever discussed? I was speaking to Kicha once about it. He said it's not like that. He said it's not like we're feeling happy that those films are not doing well. But as actors and as creators, is this a new time where there's a little bit of uncertainty, so it's more exciting, or is there more fear now?
No, I think now it is much more clear that everything and anything is not okay. So you try to push yourself a little harder, which eventually will end up making better cinema, better content. So I think this is good news for the audience.
How many scripts have you thrown away since the realignment in your heads also? You'll have to say, no, I can't do this, because you don't do repetitive cinema.
Yeah, I've always been picky. Yeah. So the realignment the alignment was always there. So there were a few films which I've done because I have to do at that particular point of time, which is the right thing to do for me, for my career and so many other things. Now I am in a space where I want to do films which really, inspire me or, get me excited, because I myself am an audience and I really believe my fellow audience also deserve that kind of excitement with cinema. So I'm lucky enough that those kind of ideas are coming to me now, and I'm able to pick them up. And I'll try to, keep doing my best, and let's see where this goes.
Everything is working. Were you surprised at the humongous reception when you did the trailers in the north, and now that you're doing the city tour also? I mean, I know that your stardom is large, but still, when you see it in person, are you as excited, or is it like a film that you're watching? Is it Anticlimax or is it perfect?
It is very exciting to. You're asking me if it's
the reactions that you're going to all the cities.
Oh, that is like it was.
Were you surprised with it?
It was very heartwarming in the first place, and then I was very surprised also in a way, because I've always been like just seeing this online messages, and then I've been seeing this films having 150, 200 million views on YouTube and stuff, which are dubbed ones. But to physically just be here and see. Now, the other day when we went to an event, there were a lot of, they were screaming the Hindi dialogues of my Telugu films, which were dubbed. Then to see that it had that impact on them, it's very heartwarming. And I just wish all that turns out into, into footfalls also for the film.
Yeah.
Or I just hope they don't wait for the film to again come back or come on
OTT.
OTT or YouTube.
Yeah.
I just hope they all turn up, because this film is definitely it'll have a 4 times the impact when you watch it on big screen.
No, that though, I think a lot of us have actually understood that we do enjoy watching the films on big screen, especially people like us. So I have to ask you a few questions. When was the last time you actually managed to go to a theatre, in a normal, regular theatre and watch a film? When was the last time Nani the superstar was able to do that?
I actually kind of now, after the pandemic, thanks to the masks, I have actually visited more number of theatres.
Wow.
Because I love watching it in regular theatres and with the audience, and I've now that
But with the mask, people do recognize.
and there's a cap
That's
also.
a cap also. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so the eyes are not clear. Yeah.
What is the one thing that you liked post 22? Like you said, we're discussing post pandemic. What's the freedom for filmmakers, to try and experiment? There's a little bit of fear also. The kind of money also that can be made now. It's heartening for everyone also.
Yeah.
What's the one big change that you've seen post 22?
One big change, if I
In
have to
cinema
say,
general,
because now I think the biggest change is that slowly we are all becoming one industry, right? Yeah. And that's the biggest change. Now it won't be about क्या चलती है यहाँ पर, क्या चलेगा वहाँ पर. It's not that anymore. Let's make a good film. And then hope that everybody watches. Now you're not selling something like, let's say, this, particular these audience need these kind of films, let's make those kind of. It won't work like that anymore, because audience are getting to watch other language films also. If you're not making something great, then they will shift, they'll watch other films. So, and everything is available, and you have access to everything. So now it's high time, if you want to be there, if you want to be relevant, then start thinking honestly. Don't try to sell your products. Do something heartfully. Then,
that's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, then you have higher chances of being accepted across.
One thing I've also come across so much is, you all have achieved so much. You all have so much. The love is also so much there. Every South star that I meet is very calm, relaxed. I've never seen them like very, vocal, very expressive. Is that because you all have just faced so many highs and lows? You yourself also, I was reading so many hits in a row. Very rarely has the audience and the critics ever brought you down. So your career has like constantly been up. But I don't see you are you like a reserved kind of star?
I am generally a little reserved when it comes to out
work.
there, but I don't believe that anything is, I don't take anything seriously. I don't take success or failure or anything. I know, like I said, what I really take seriously is what did we work hard enough. There are 100 reasons for a film to work and not work. It's just not the content, or it's just not the output also. Sometimes it could be the time, like how you were saying about Jersey.
Yeah.
It was beautifully made in Hindi also. It's just the audience mood could be something else, or at that particular time there might be something else happening, or so many other reasons. We can't really predict that. What's in our hands is just giving it all, right? So I really don't consider those. If everything is going well, I consider myself lucky. If everything is not going well, then I'll consider myself, okay, then something great is coming next. Okay, forget this. So nothing is very serious about the result part of it.
Do you believe in astrology?
Astrology only when they tell me the things I want to hear. Yeah. If I see, let's say for example, I'm doing the Dasara, right?
Yeah.
If an astrologer will come and tell me it's going to be great, then I believe. If he comes and tells me don't expect too much, then I tell him.
I think it's working. Your track record is fantastic, and it's incredible to meet. A lot of us, you get into a rut and you just meet people who are doing very well, but then start to believe that they're doing very well. They're the universe. But Nani, really was a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you, pleasure.
And no need to say much. You all can see there, the love is always there. And just a couple of things. When It's sort of social experiment that they're trying to spread this across India. You know, it's actually a very thought out plan to execute. So don't just go out there and, you know, listen to word of mouth. Be the word of mouth. I'll see you again soon on Before You. You're with me, Salil, and of course, he's just such a relaxed, and when they say he's a natural star, he is. Because he's been like this and he's been gracious enough for so long to do this for us. So thank you so much for joining us. Bye-bye.